Oh, I hit the target at
Stuck
least.
it. I mean, you missed the target, but you stuck one in there.
I stuck it at least.
Well, what's up, guys? It's Daniel from Arms Family Homestead, and welcome to a beautiful fall day in southern Oklahoma. I love fall. I mean, I'm telling you, it's just the best time of year. The weather, summer's great. I love going to the creek. I love spending time with the creek with the kids and fishing and all that stuff. There's just something about fall in the air that makes you want to get outside and do some projects, get some stuff done. I mean, like firewood, for example. I haven't cut firewood. I've got about half a winter's worth of firewood cut, maybe, that was from before. We've got a lot more firewood to cut and split, but it's just hard to do that kind of stuff when it's 110 degrees outside. And that's why, like we've told you, we're working on the outdoor kitchen. DJ's new donkey den barn down here, stuff like that. It's just hard for me to get motivated to do it when it's 110 degrees. But the last couple days, the wind has been howling like 20, 30, up to 40 mile an hour gusts. Kind of hard to get outside and film. So I got a project in the shop that I've been wanting to do for a while. And before we get too far into it, I want to let you guys know that today's video is sponsored by Exmark Mowers and apparently the dogs. Anyways, today's video is sponsored by Exmark Mowers, the makers of professional mowing equipment. We've had this Exmark mower for like 3 years now. Bella, could you go somewhere else? Good grief, dogs. And Exmark has been a great partner with the channel, great mower, but obviously it's October and we're not mowing. So what are we doing today? Well, it's fall. We are working on our outdoor kitchen. Everybody spends more time outside in the fall, I feel like, and you're always looking for games and things to do. Well, one of the things that my family's always enjoyed for several years now is cornhole. We had a friend make some custom cornhole boards for us. You know, you take the bean bags and you throw them into the board. It's a great patio game. But one thing I've noticed a ton of people doing lately, and not so much on their patio, but they actually go places, go to venues. Let me grab something. So they go to venues where you compete with throwing axes. Take throwing axes, hatchets, and throw into a target, a wooden target. And it's not cheap to go do that, but we don't have anywhere close by that does that. And who doesn't enjoy taking an axe and throwing it at a tree? So today we're going to be building some throwing axe targets. Actually, just one target. Most places that you go, it's one square target. You know, it looks like a dartboard that's wooden. But I figured what fun is it to just have one. So we're going to build a double. We're going to make it, instead of making like a 2x2 wooden square, we're going to make it like 6 feet wide so that Houston and I, or me and Emily, or Mom and Emily, 2 people can compete throwing axes. Now, Gemma and I don't have any specific plans to how we're going to build this. We're just going to kind of wing it. But I had some leftover 2x10s from a concrete project a while back that I've just had stored. And I went and picked up some pressure treated 2x4s because a lot of this is going to be in contact with the ground. The base is going to be in contact with the ground. But my thoughts are, if I can cut these down, they're 8-foot 2x10s, and we can cut them into 4-foot sections, and then we will have them vertically, because to me, if you're going to throw an axe, it's going to stick better in the wood grain when it's vertical. So we're going to cut a bunch of them into 4-foot sections, build a frame to screw them into, and a base to stand it on, and we'll be throwing axes before you know it. So by now, I'm sure some of you are wondering, what in the world, what's the concept, what's the plan here? So let me show you what I'm thinking on building. Instead of your normal axe throwing target, believe it or not, there are regulation sizes for throwing axe competitions. Earl, buddy, this is not Earl time, okay? This is axe throwing time. You probably don't want to be near. We're gonna do something a little bit different because mostly this is gonna be used for our backyard entertainment, for fun. The kids are gonna be involved in this a bunch. Most throwing axe targets are elevated off the ground and have airspace underneath. Here, get back, Earl. So here's what I'm thinking about building. Instead of one that's elevated off the ground 4 or 5 feet and everybody's throwing axes under it and we're having to chase them down, here's one of my cornhole boards. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with cornhole or not, but the boards have these stands on the back and you lay them so the cornhole board has its own legs that are adjustable and it lays out on the ground like that, and obviously you throw your cornhole bags at it. Well, why couldn't we build one almost with the same concept? Hang with me, guys. Except instead of it being down on the ground like this, we want our axe throwing boards to stand up like this. Well, all you would really need is just longer legs to support it. And then you could store those legs and be able to put them away, put the board away when you're not using it. Instead of having a big wobbly stand that's gonna catch the wind, I think this idea will work great. Yeah. That's awesome. Well, our target is not complete, but we're getting close. So I built it all in a way to where if we throw an axe and hit the same spot over and over and over and you wear out a spot on a 2x10, you can take the screws out from the back and remove that individual board, put a new one in, and you're good to go. Now, I will say this, building this as a double target, you can imagine it's heavy. It probably weighs over 200 pounds right now, maybe 250 pounds. It's heavy. But it's not something we're going to move around a lot. We're going to set it up in the yard and use it, and then we can put it, under the covered porch or lean it up against the house or under a tree, whatever. But I do need to get some legs for it. It's just kind of propped up on a couple 2x4s right now. And the only hinges I have laying around are some door hinges, and they'll work fine. Just a simple hinge like on your doors in your house. And I'm not exactly sure how the best way to do this is yet, but I'm going to do something similar to just the jack stands, I guess you'd say, that are there right now. So that's all I'm going after, is just something to prop it up like it is right now. I don't think I necessarily need to go all the way to the top. I may be able to get away with just mounting these hinges like here so that the 2x4 lays flat when it's not in use, and then we just pull that out and set it up basically just kind of like what that is right now. So Gemma, that's not a safe place for you to be. So I know you want to be out here with me, but you need to move. You need to move. You turd. My jack stands are on there. Probably, I don't know. We may have to do some modification on it, but I'm gonna test it out with a sledgehammer. It is leaning backwards just a little bit, not a ton, but I figure if I can hit it with a sledgehammer, it ought to be able to withstand a hatchet throw. Well, it seems to hold up to the sledgehammer test, and looks like a wall. I mean, worst case scenario, if it doesn't work out as a axe throwing target, we can always hang it up on the wall and hang some deer heads or some antlers on it or something, right? I mean, you know. So with the actual board itself complete, the next step is to put two separate targets on our backboard. And for that, I'm going to be using a stencil that I bought on Amazon. I just happened to see this looking at throwing axe stuff, and this will make a really easy target. It came with 3 different colors of markers to mark it all up to make it look somewhat semi-professional, I think. Well, I don't know if it shows up on camera or not, but I went ahead and put the stencil on and kind of laid it out with pencil. So my target actually goes pretty close to the edge, but that leaves me one board in the center. So I think that's what we're going to go with. Obviously, we're not regulation height, regulation size. Might be regulation size as far as the target area itself, but listen, we're not going for professional axe throwing competitions. This is backyard fun. All right, wish me luck. Gemma, I'm probably gonna need it. I'm not much of an artist. Well, that was way easier than I expected. I just hope throwing an axe and sticking it in the target is as easy as making those 2 eyeball looking things back here. But since this video is sponsored by Xmark, I think it needs a big Xmark X. Maybe like right there. I may have to freehand that. I don't know. Let me think on this for a minute. Now, technically, the Xmark X should be white, but my mower's red. We're going with the red X. Let's see some runs. That's not great. I'm trying my best here, guys. I'm no artist. I'm a country boy. It's like a Halloween X. Well, I tried really hard, guys. There's my Xmark X. I thought I cut it out really, really well, considering. And then, you got a case of the runs. Darn spray paint. It's a Halloween Xmark X, right? cleaned it up a little bit. Still got a few runs. As long as you don't get too close and, oh man, that's terrible. Hey, we're throwing axes from a distance, right? I think it looks much better from a distance. So the target itself is finished. It's going to take a little bit of assistance to get it to the backyard because it's quite heavy. Now, obviously, if you're going to build one yourself, if it's something you're going to need to move around, think about maybe separating it and building 2 individual single targets. I like the idea of 2 targets on the same board, and like I said, I don't really plan on moving ours around too much. Now, the next piece are the hatchets. I just got on Amazon and typed in throwing axes, and there were about 500 different options, and these looked pretty cool to me. So I actually bought 2 sets, which is 6 total, and we'll see how they do. I've never done an axe throwing game competition, other than just as a little kid, just having a hatchet and throwing it at trees. So these are pretty heavy duty little hatchets. I think they'll work just great. And I'm just not sure any of us are gonna be able to stick it in a board, but we'll find out when the rest of the family gets home. Hey, yo!
Interesting.
Who wants to play a game?
Sure, me.
I've got a game.
Okay.
It doesn't involve guns
Okay.
or bows and arrows.
It involves knives.
Hatchets.
Or hatchets.
Maybe we could get some throwing knives in the future. I don't know.
Maybe.
That sounds fun, right?
Getting crazy with it.
Yeah.
I might need a little help.
I can't help.
It's kind of heavy.
I worked out today. I can't help.
You can help. You worked out today.
No, I'm dead.
Oh, I hit the target at least.
I mean, you missed the target, but you stuck one in there.
I stuck it at least.
Oh.
Oh, come on.
Oh. The blade hit. Hang on.
They're just falling off of mine. Dang. We're so close every time. You're really... Dang it. Oh, we forgot one down there. Just can't get it to stick in.
Hang on.
Dang. You almost had that one in.
Oh. Low. Go ahead.
That's a low blow. Oh! Oh, come on.
Well,
It bounced right here and then into that.
yeah. Here you go.
Thanks.
You know, I did put one in the bullseye off camera,
Yeah.
right?
No, he did. It was literally stuck like this. Not like that, like that. It's kind of weird how it was in the bullseye. That's a high blow. Oh!
Oh, good job.
Oh, dang it. Oh, dang it.
Well, looks like Houston beat me on that round. I stuck one way up here, and Houston stuck one way down there.
Yep.
So, what do you think about our new game?
I love this.
It's a little bit dangerous,
A little.
but as long as you're careful, it's not that bad, huh?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if these are the best
Hatchet.
style of throwing axes or not, but they seem to be working. Well, not going to say that we're the best axe throwers, but we stuck a few in the target, didn't we, Houston?
Yeah. We got, he got one in the bullseye. I stuck a couple too.
Yeah.
So it's fun. I really like it. This is cool.
Yep, it's a fun game, something that we built at home in just one afternoon, and I'm not exactly sure where we're going to put it permanently. It's just kind of leaned up against a tree in the backyard right now. So we'll find a good spot to keep it and do some practicing. May try out some different hatchet, hammer, axe styles. I don't know. And maybe some throwing knives. I think it'd be pretty cool to take a throwing knife and almost stuck that one. Did you see that?
Yeah.
So anyways, guys, huge thank you to Exmark Mowers for sponsoring today's video. Be sure to check the link in the description or go to exmark.com/backyard for more backyard fun tips and ideas. A lot of great content on their website, and maybe we'll get good at this someday. I know one thing. If we don't like throwing axes at it, we can use it as a table because it's heavy and large.
Yeah.
So, guys, that's all I've got for today. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it.
And as always, we'll see you on the next video. Peace.
You guys have a great day.
Oh.
And as always,
We'll see you on the next video.